Disappointing day at the office, John?
No, well, bittersweet. I think it's where we were. We were 57 votes away from winning 2 seats on a year where Reform seemed to have smashed everyone. And actually, we came joint top in seats won today in circumstances where lots of other places, loads of parties have kind of crumbled in front of Reform. We've stood up and really been counted. And I'm super proud of my team. We did technically made gains because we consolidated by-elections, but yeah, and so we're still the official opposition. And what happens next, who knows?
And is there the opportunity for the Lib Dems to try and take control of the council? How does that work?
Well, I think probably the numbers are against us, to tell you the truth. I mean, we probably needed to get a couple more to have that opportunity because I just think, we're not going to go in with Reform, we're not going to go in with the Tories. That means the numbers just aren't there for us. What happens going forwards? Will the Independents and Greens prop up Labour? Which is an interesting thing for their vote. You can't say you change to Labour, then propping them up. So that will be, these are big discussions. But I mean, the big story today is Labour losing control. Since 2011, they've had control of the city. They've been getting less and less and less, and we've been the main beneficiaries of that. And again, terrible night for the Tories. There's now, I think for the first time ever, no Tories in forward at all. So we've won in Shara Green yet again with a really comprehensive victory. So, Preston's changing. Back when I started coming, there was basically very few wards changed hands, and now basically there is no such thing as a safe ward in Preston, which is good. It's actually really good for democracy, regardless of which political party you put your cross by.
And is this a bad result for Preston, given that we've got a year of the council left and it's going to be an absolutely crucial period with local government reorganisation? Yeah. Have we potentially got a zombie council?
Kind of, because there's only a year left of Preston City Council. The government's not going to let us do huge splurges of money and new projects because the council's not going to exist, and new unitary elections in 2027. So, but what's going to be really interesting next year, how they're going to get through their budget. But as far as we're concerned, like I say, 57 votes separated us from a tremendous day. And we know that come those unitary elections in 2027, we've got the best campaigners in the city. We are going to go into that, and we are looking at that unitary and thinking we've got a great opportunity. And where it is bittersweet that we just missed out, the fact we still gained, we're still like taking on Reform. We're still the only people that are beating Reform in Preston. That's really good for us.
And do you think Keir Starmer will go?
I don't know. I think maybe Labour are slightly less fratricidal than the Tories, but it's going to be a lot of pressure. And here's the question for Labour: who do you replace them with? Who's the person to go? Angela Rayner maybe might be the person that can take on Farage on Labour, but who knows? I mean, Labour's so fractured. It's a bit like Preston Labour, to actually truth them. That is a local party riven, and we've seen that with the amount of people who have defected or gone independent. That Labour doesn't quite know where it is at the moment, and I think with a government that's massively unpopular, they're in a tricky spot.